Mary was still staring at the computer screen. If what Dave had sent her was a story, it ended with quite a good cliffhanger. But why would Dave send her a story? He had mentioned a case and said they needed her help. Her phone rang. It was the man himself.
"I thought you might have finished reading it."
"Yes, you're right. Not long since."
"And what do you think?"
"What do I think? Interesting story, but what does it have to do with the case you were talking about?"
"We're not sure, but perhaps everything."
"Everything? You're being cryptic today."
You know I like to keep a sense of mystery in my life.
Mary wondered about Dave's evident change of mood, but decided not to question it. Whatever would be, would be. You're doing well on the mystery front.
Okay, I'll tell you the facts in brief. The police are called to a posh neighborhood in an up-and-coming town in the West Coast, at a commutable distance from Silicon Valley, Port Haven. The residents of an upmarket apartment building think they've heard a shot. They find the owner of the apartment, Charlie Salter, shot in the chest. She mumbles something about swapped bodies before she loses consciousness. She dies on the way to the hospital. The police recover the file you've just read from her computer.
So she'd written herself into a story.
Well, yes, that's what they thought, until they checked the details and discovered that there is a real Maggie Williams with a husband called Todd, 3 daughters.
Don't tell me. Called Samantha, Carrie, and Lana.
Bingo, yes, and she's due to have a baby any minute. And suddenly she's become quite successful, setting up an online company with no evident experience or skills in that kind of thing before.
And?
They went to interrogate her and she went into labor. She had a healthy baby boy. Mother and baby are okay. After all that, she wouldn't talk. Not a word. And she hasn't said anything since. Oh, and the best thing about it? They discovered that the file had originally come from Maggie's computer.
Oh.
So, do you fancy going to Port Haven? Barnes and I should be there tomorrow evening at the latest.
It's not that clear that it might have anything to do with psychiatry.
Well, that's true. But it's possible that she isn't talking because there's something the matter with her. And what do you have to lose? It'll sure be a good story. And we'll get to spend some time together.
Mary wasn't sure if that last reason was supposed to be an encouragement or to put her off. But he was right. It was a great story, and she couldn't resist a good cliffhanger. She had to know more. Sure. I hope I can be of some use. It might take me a few days to sort things out, though.
Call me to confirm your arrangements. We'll come to pick you up at the airport.
Okay, see you soon. Don't forget to let me know if you solve the case in the meantime.
I have the feeling this one could be a bit of a headache, but an interesting one.
Mary didn't have a lot of arranging to do, but wanted to make sure she didn't have anything due or pending that could mean her having to leave the case halfway through. She'd made a concerted effort to ensure that her life was as flexible as possible, and she could leave everything at short notice when she decided to agree to consult for the FBI.